Greetings, this is Free Adventure, and I welcome you to my recap. What the? Oh. Wow, buddy. Well, there goes that cool effect. I welcome you to my recap of Critical Role's 20 episodes of the fourth campaign, The Vanishing, or as I like to call it, and impart, and what some others would partially like to call it, Tales of the Rude Wind, and All Truths Start as Illusions. This is like the seventh episode of the Schemer's Table, who depicted as seen before you, with Azune. What's his? Azune, Nair, captain of the now diminished Revolutionary Guard, arcane marshal of the diminished Revolutionary Guard, Mary Murray Mackinson, and primary bursar of the Pebble College of Magic. Bolaire, what's his name? Bolaire Lathalia, curator, the living curator of the Argonaut and living, as well as living mass designed to take down gods. With and lastly, Haladiel Fang, thespian and brother of the late war hero Theozi Fang, whose death was the start of this adventure. A disclaimer: I do not own nor am I associated with Critical Role, its YouTube or Twitch channels, or any of its other online content that it or its parent organization, Geek and Subject, may own. I'm just a fan sharing with my fellow fans, and in the sharing, I will be showing you clips from the actual episode. These clips will be a few of moments of some important moments and stuff, critical moments, but will mainly be focused on comedic moments because some of their humor is lost in translation. And with that out of the way, we briefly return back to the Endless Night with the Soul Searcher's Table, with the scene focusing on Valus. Does she have a Valus? Paladin of the late Elven Shaper, and Octus Taconis, the accidentally revived wizard hunted by his own family. They're sitting around keeping watch at the campfire, being one an elf, the other one a hollow one, on asleep. So those who can, Sir Davinos and Taisha Lloyd are get what they can. Um, Octus is currently observing the body of the late Gaia Saramai, who died for their commander, who died for to protect them and gain redemption for inadvertently setting her comrades into danger on false orders. Mm-hmm. You know this already, so I'll stop with the recap. I'll stop with the extra recap stuff. It's currently wrapped and has been, and in order to have the horses some more rest, has been laid out on the ground. Now, perhaps even to get her some rest too. After a while, Vale closes her eyes, and as their conversation continues, Octus starts thinking of her last act, trying to help him out specifically, pleading with him to flee and save himself. Bayless points out that denotes that her view that all his siblings all seem to just be in competition for his father, Primus Dacona's love, which he can definitely see it as and is sure that this is exactly how Primus wants it. Octus is currently not sure why he and Taisha are still traveling together. Like, well, of course, their mission is now done, and whilst they have seemed to work well with each other on their first outing, searching for the Stone of Night Song, or was it for the Stone of Night Song? I forget. Their first outing in the Endless Night. Now that she is in constant competition with her family and stuff, he can't stop saying, your family and stuff, like, which, and he feels like she's almost slightly blaming him for just being a Taconis. She always seems to be mad at him. Honestly, I think she just sounds always mad at someone. He takes out from his bag the head of his cousin Tersha, the one who got turned into a pseudo celestial. And wraps both of them up to preserve both her and Gaia's head. With Gaia's nobly like to keep her her fatal wounds hidden. Is at this point that Valus offers to use Speak with Dead on Tersha. Tersha to maybe help. And and specifically made it so he's allowed to speak with her. Upon summoning her apparition in the in between area, like the I guess it was it underworld and otherworld. World, her appearance is she has not full. The only is what she was before transferred. She got transformed into. That's it. The only added part was that she now she does in this form still have the wings, which are oversized and which are the same size they were on her social body, which was bigger, and as such, the modifications are literally weighing her down. And I don't think it's just little. Vales manages to succeed, get a natural 20 and a straight drift to help out, and actually breaks the wings off her, allowing her to go upright. And Trisha now be able to look around and see who's with her. Ask office if it worked. If the worked. Observing her further with better look at her without wings, she is very translucent, with the only part of her not being the calcium. It was like all lump of calcium, which looks like a fossilized ivory. There, it's what they inserted her, like the angel bone. If we talk to her, like she asked for a position, and do you know it? And said, you know you're not alive. And said, which of course she's not. She's actually not surprised. She knew that she wouldn't survive the operation. Like she was. They tell her something went wrong, and
wait.
Yeah.
My father mentioned something. That there was some concerns about earlier experiments. He didn't share everything with me. Wait, is Saharkas okay?
Ooh. The scorpion.
Saharkas is okay. Okay.
She doesn't really need to know that. No.
Cousin, we didn't know each other well. Did you have access to the magic that all of us have? I did. Okay. Good. If the ritual failed, where do I go now? Why haven't they found me? Oh. Father? Uncle?
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry! It didn't work!
You did nothing wrong.
How did they say they were gonna find you? Octus. Oh, that's right. You'd have no way of knowing. What? Your condition. There's nothing scary about dying. How are they gonna find me? I came home. Valus, I'm needing you to give me a...
That's right. Supposedly, just as while the Royce family, House Royce, has their primary stronghold is of the Golden Orchard. They also said they have like one in Fairy. So do the Tokonas have one in the Land of Death.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Okay. Oh, that was. Oh, that's not good. That's 5.
Your concentration on, or not your concentration, but your magic of this spell shatters as snaking out of the sky a massive ichor covered, dripping with dark blood talon of bone grasps Tertia in its claws.
I try to grab her back.
On that failed Constitution save, she is wrenched from your hands. She looks at you, crushed by the talon, and goes, "I'm not scared." And that's all for this moment of our journey with our seekers.
Oh boy. Right.
We'll return to Dolmakyar and our schemers on tonight's episode of Critical Role.
Welcome back, friends, to the Critical Role Announcement Playhouse. Indeed. We got some announcements to get through before we jump back into Araman, beginning with tonight's sponsor, Ether and Iron. A new video game set in an alternate 1930s taking inspiration from New York's rich history, Art Deco, and film noir. Sam, what do you know about the game?
What do you know about the game, he asked. A question more loaded than a six-shooter in a jealous husband's nightstand. This flatfoot wanted the goods on Aether and Iron, a narrative-driven RPG where you're an underworld smuggler in the mean streets of New York, a city dirtier than a politician's search history. But was I going to spill the sausage? Not on your life. This canary don't sing unless the microphone's made of moonshine. I don't play games, buddy. But fate's a funny thing. I bet that smoke-stained sweetheart knows what's what.
Oh boy.
Name, sister. Give up the goods or I'll let the whiskey do the talking.
Sure, this Seamus acted tough, but he was weaker than a handshake from an escape room designer. I've splashed around with sewer rats like him and managed to keep my two-piece clean. You want the news, detective? Read the papers. Maybe you'll see how the game lets you assemble and upgrade incredible Aether-powered, levitating cars and recruit a team to drive them.
Don't get cute legs. Next you'll tell me players can add hidden compartments, smoke dispensers, and flamethrowers, and a twist on strategic vehicular battles.
Every sap knows that, sweetheart. What I don't know is why this two-bit goon keeps giving me the side eye.
The dizzy dame was on to me.
Oh god.
This Skid Row siren found out that Ether and Iron lets me navigate the city that never sleeps, dodging dime store thugs, stashing black market hooch, and sidestepping the fat cats. But what she didn't suspect was that Ether and Iron launches on Steam and Steam Deck March 31st, a secret I'd keep tighter than the lid on a jar of month-old kombucha. And with that metaphor, it hit me. If I could hear this schmo narrating his internal monologue, maybe they could hear mine, too. Man, oh man. This putz was dimmer than a glow stick at the end of Burning Man.
And less charismatic than a mime on the radio.
And more confused than the writers on the final season of Game of Thrones.
Oh god, that's a
You're
bird.
talking about me.
Them's the breaks, kids.
Well, this case was closed. But Aether and Iron was just getting started, featuring full voice acting, turn-based car combat, dice roll skill checks, and a deep, well-crafted world. Level up your hustle, smarts, and brass with Aether and Iron. Check out bit.ly/Aether and Iron CR, launching on Steam and Steam Deck on March 31st. Demo available now. Matt, keep your nose out of the gutter.
Thank you very much. Risha, you got the next announcement.
I do! You guys, we cannot wait to see you for our Echoes of Exandria live shows this year. And we just announced all the details on what people are to at each event. Whether you're hoping for another adventure to the Happy Fun Ball, maybe a standoff with the Planking, or...
Isn't the planking? Isn't Kingsley Tea Leaf the planking now?
more space horror on rodents. These are gonna happen. What? You're gonna get all that. And did you ask for the Grand Poobah to doink of all of this and that himself back in the GM seat?
What? You mean Travis specifically, or is this actually going to be a sequel to their game of offering D&D in D&D?
What? Actually did.
Yeah, because you're getting that too. You're getting all of it. So,
Well, you can look more into it.
It's a living.
Elsewhere were our 4 most employed heroes.
Team employment.
Team employment.
It's a living.
It's a living. After your first conspiratorial get-together at the Seven Stars Tavern, after realizing that the Lady Cormorant was interested in the Pariah Blades, and the Lord Einfassen had dismissed half the Revolutionary Guard or more, and Tuconis had come in on top of the Pentevrel, installing Dean Cora Keplin Vicerec.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I've already made enough time recaps on this. On recapping the past episode, it's not this one. One thing that Brendan does point out, they do currently have currently in their inventory 2 glyphs. The original one that they do have a glyph of Misty Step in their ward, the one that was meant for Theozy to escape from, so it's still usable for them. No, as well as the
Theozy to Hal in his dying moments. You took off from the set.
Okay, we pick up with Murray, who goes to the Argonaut, because she now has this list of names to go through with Belair, like for the internship, and as well as anything she just learned.
Belair is hard at work after his meeting with Machmaz, and where our friend Murray Magnesson has just arrived with a big stack of papers. Where would Murray find Belair here?
Well, this moment I would probably be in my above board office, which is out in the open in the room where everybody's working, working on paperwork. Very frustrated. I don't know if you would look at what I'm doing, but I'm clearly angry and very delicately trying to do something.
Murray, you just hear.
What's that?
What is this?
Screwed up on the time slot.
Bureaucracy.
It was supposed to start here.
Well, that's been in a file forever.
Yeah.
What sort of bureaucracy?
I sort of, I pitched the idea that we should work together, the Argonaut and the Pentevrel. Dean Cora loved it. And so now we have to pick some interns. Or I have to pick some interns. I guess it's not really on you, but I have to pick some interns by the end of the day. Because, nothing like a bureaucrat who has absolutely no idea of, how much time work actually fucking takes. But these are a bunch of students, from the Argonaut. I can also pick a couple of teacher's assistants. But if you want interns, here they are.
I'm going to idly start flipping through a few. I'm going to very irritatingly put what I'm working on down and start idly flipping through the first few.
As you need to flip through the first few, if you're sort of doing it half-heartedly, go ahead and give me investigation with this.
Well, this to go through, try to get a few people there. Bolaire is already part of his plan is to use the trade to move in the funds and leave money and embezzle them to their own cause. And they need to hold out long, so which means they cannot. Means they do not agree to make it go longer. They have to make sure it goes. So he asked her, "What type of chaos do they want?" They can either go for very controlled chaos, like it looks here, but it's nothing that, and they're still orchestrating it. Paul is that would be a bit more too obvious, and the chances of them being caught, realizing they're delaying too. Even if they don't actually know, what purpose is they'll think it's just trying to prolong it for more. They can still prolong it, so that'll still create trouble. However, they could go with actual true chaos, which will not really less likely to implicate them in anything. But it could, it does could harm them too, who set their own plans back. Right now, I think they want things are playing a little. I think they'll need to control what they can. So control. I think they're leaning more toward control. Murray says for spring, return of the flies. You've escaped this time. Sorry if I creep you up there. Anyway, she wants intelligent students in this because, she's all for, there. But she wants it, to give those who need a chance. So she doesn't want any well-off students. But I forget if she or Bolaire said this. They should have, at least, amongst the number of students there, a few complete idiots. To help, there's some incompetent people in the working for us. Yeah, so yeah, there's gonna be some trying to do damage control, and it'll take more time to sort things out. Bolaire actually does a quick check and discovers that Hero's name, Hallandale's daughter, is not on the list despite being a student at the Argonaut. It might be something she might be more interested in. She also tells him about how one of the students is missing, or I'm not sure if it's a student or it's actually faculty at this point. At one point, a student, I'm not sure if it's still, I think he's still there, but he's a grad, Dennis Blix, who Bolaire well, I'll let them show you.
I'm very suspicious of it. Do you know Diminus Blick? Kind of nerdy kid who used to busk in the marketplace?
We are going to flash back. We are going to flash back.
What? I love flashback.
I love flashback. Bolaire, this is maybe only a year or two ago. It is a bustling, busy day in the Ogremont Marketplace. You are walking home to your apartment. Your apartment actually overlooks this area. There's street performers everywhere. You look and see sort of facing a crowd standing up on not just a soapbox, but a soapbox on an apple crate. There's just to get up high enough. A handsome, young, gnomish man. Darkish brown skin. He's got a sort of almost like ice cream swirl of foopy hair that goes up. He's got a little blue jacket and a sharp vest. Stands up and goes, One and all, ladies and gentlemen, all comers and goers, please your attention, please. My name is Demetus Blix, and I am an illusionist of the Penteveral, Dolmacher's very own Academy of what? Wizardry! That's right, you heard it here in full. Not sorcery, not anything else of the kind, but wizardry itself. And I come to you as a proud and recent graduate of the School of Illusion. Now, illusion, you may ask, what powers does it have? With my studies, this candle, and you see he snaps a finger and a candle lights. He goes, this candle will be turned from its dull, mundane yellow flame to a flame of a different color. One and all.
Trying to get the work out of
you see, he looks out and goes, he says, that's right, this yellow candle will be made blue before your very eyes, but folks, magic isn't cheap. That's right, it takes money. Real miracles cost currency, and the currency of this kingdom is coin. So please dig deep, as I will be doing to Arcade. As this happens, people scream as a wagon parts and a dragon moves its head through a pair of curtains at a fruit stand across the way. It's a massive head as this spiral-eyed, glittering dragon goes, "You're telling me that you can change the color of a candle? Why, for all my riches, I would give a dragon's hoard!"
And that's why I realized. At this point, I was like, I was disappointed at this point. I was like, I'm a big dragon fan. Like, it's like, here's this like fact, like, not a real dragon, like, because obviously this is not.
Riches because you're fake. That's right, folks. Bam! And the illusion of the dragon vanishes into his hand. We're not interested in fake gold, all right? We're interested in real gold for real illusions. Smoke the Dragon is a work of magic. The gold is fake, but the illusions are real. Genuine mirages, bona fide figments, all fictions factual. But first, I gotta see some silver gold. I'll take a copper if you like. You see that his act is, again, these incredibly remarkable illusions of very, like stereotypically wealthy monsters trying to pay him, and him going, I can't take your money, I'm making you up! Bam! As the illusion fades, as he hypes people up to see this very low-rent candle trick.
Oh dear. I am going to walk up and, I would say very publicly, take out 5 gold and drop them in the hat. I assume whatever hat it is.
You drop 5 gold in the hat, and you can see that there are a number of other like street performers around. It's like a busy sort of thoroughfare. You drop 5 gold into a small hat that is filled with, you know, a few copper, maybe like a silver piece he put in there to suggest that you could put a silver piece in there. And
I think I'm probably pretty well known for over-tipping buskers anyway.
As he does that, you see that he sort of, you know, wraps up his or like you do that, he goes, hey, thank you. This gentleman right here is a real patron of the arts, sir. And I see that you wear a fine mask yourself. I have something of an interest in facades and appearances, and may I say, yours quite dashing.
Thank you, young sir.
What's your name, kind sir?
Blair, it's a pleasure. What is your name?
Demetus Blix. You see, he looks around, and as sort of the crowd begins to disperse, he hops off and goes over and says, "Hey, sort of takes the cap and goes, This is quite a sum. Are you? I don't mean to. This is a lot of money."
Yes, well, that's a lot of talent.
I really don't. I really don't. Well, do you would it help you if you knew how I was going to use it, or do I owe you anything for?
I understand that this sort of thing can feel like a debt. It's inevitable. How about we have a cup of coffee and we discuss your future, because you are quite talented. You're very young, and you need polishing. I would be curious what are your thoughts for your future?
I found where I want to spend the rest of my life. The Pentaveral's the best place in Araman. School gave me everything. If I can be lucky enough to, I don't know, help put a word of power together or find something or even just teach other kids like me how to do this. I love this, I love these illusions, like they're not real, but they're realer than everything starts as an illusion first.
Fascinating.
Coffee sounds great, and hey, I'll treat you because you've been more than generous.
Well, at least I know that you know how to spend money well.
You see, he smiles. The next time you walk through the marketplace seeing him perform, you see that his tiny little soapbox made of this like plywood that he's only not breaking because he's a 3.5 foot tall gnome, has a tiny inscription in an illusion that has been put illusorily there, but permanently so. It's like an enchantment on the box. And it's very funny because it's just a tiny little soapbox, and written on it is a sort of laughing mask with gold coins around it, and his soapbox now says, the Belair Center for Performing Arts.
Lord.
Oh my god.
I will definitely keep dropping 1 gold coin every time I pass, and we would have definitely at this point had a few conversations about when he's ready, what I can do to help secure his future in the Pentaveral. God save anyone who wishes to be a teacher.
We return to this present moment in the Argonaut as you hear Murray speaking of Demetus Blix.
Demetus Blix.
He is well aware. As I said, he was looking into ways of securing funding for Blix's tuition, especially after magical bursting was outlawed.
I'll get you far with him if you don't know him
better with the
particularly
times.
well.
I know him alright. I mean, he was a part of our grant program, more or less. I mean, kid didn't have a cent to his name.
I'm well aware.
He was in my office quite a lot, make sure that he could continue his studies, but...
He was very talented. It was. What have you done to me? Oh. He is very talented.
Me? What?
Oh, I'm terrified of the bloody future now.
Oh my god. Is this empathy? That I'm seeing behind this glossy facade?
Oh, no,
You
darling.
care?
No, darling.
Oh.
This is empathy that you're seeing in front of this
my
glossy
God.
facade. I love empathy, always have.
Azune. You are also quite near the Archon right now.
Yeah, he'll be passing it on his way to heading to the Plaza de Venus.
The detail falls in behind you, and I think Murray and Bolaire, you see towards your sort of more public office. Are there notes being passed in class?
Naughty.
Hi, you have gum. I hope you brought enough for everybody.
Read it out loud.
Read it out. Read your joke out loud.
I'll say it. He thought me slapping down the stack of papers was my tits.
Oh my goodness!
He thought it was Murray's tits.
Oh, that's paper!
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you read that out loud?
It made a very strange sound.
That stack is about as thick as Murray's ass, so it's not that far out.
Unbelievable.
My goodness.
Azuna, you end up walking in about this time in the conversation. Azuna, you enter.
Yeah, this is where he enters the room, joins with both there. Tells him he's on his way for investigation at the Plaza de Venus. But it also tells him an idea he's had. Something I did not think of. He gives them like two of the gives him two of the glyphs he has, like the Misty Step that was made for Theozy, and another one, I forget if this was from Oris or not, but also, the candle that they got from when they went to investigate privately, like the night of the attack. He also gives Volaire a glyph, specifically half of a broken one, like a used one, and while keeping the other half of that glyph on himself to plant at the plaza, so that later when they take it and they can later modify to maybe help them implicate House Sakonis. One of their biggest moves they can make, like gathering their own forces, will take so much time and may not, and it'd be hard to do it inconvenience. So the biggest thing they could do is breed mistrust amongst the surviving Sundered Houses. So anything to implicate that Takona's attacked another house, it would go a great way of keeping themselves alive. Or okay. It tells I'm sorry. He gave I mixed up. He gave Volaire the two intact ones and the candle. So, while giving Murray the half there, which he'll plant one half of it there, and then she can plant her own on a Teutonus if she has a chance. That way, if they can use some magical method to track him down. The other half, they just create more and more links. He also tells them what he learned from his Varen, his former common Varen, that about the arresting of the targeting of House Royce and their vassals on a more widespread scale, like the past, like in the past, recent Godless, that's the name, where the ones where the searchers searched. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well known. Can you impersonate a specter of a Teutonus? What do you think of that kind of trickery? I would love for the arcane marshals working under me to leave the Palazzo de Vinos thinking that they saw something terrifying that suggested something very terrible happened there.
I know a really great illusionist, but he just happens to be missing at the time.
Great to see. Well,
Murray says that she could probably lay down a magic mouth, maybe some way, anything that allows them to leave evidence against the Konas, as said before.
Does that sound like him?
I'm Lord Prime Minister Cronus.
Oh.
Does that sound like him?
Dear Lord.
One more, try more acting.
Oh boy.
Or less.
Do it, but mean it.
Wait, already no. Less acting. Less acting. No. Try mime.
Mime.
Interpretive
I forgot
Well, I
that.
feel
That'll like
better already.
interesting. Let's you say.
There's nothing I can do to a crowd, but I can do quite a bit if you...
I forgot that little joke. That'll make something coming up later. You'll see.
Give me access to an individual. Yes, I can do some truly terrible things.
Okay, I will split us up into pairs, and I will take the person that goes with me towards the west wing of the Divinos estate.
Hey, what's the plan?
We need to convince them.
That the Konas did something there. Like that foul play was on their part, not House Royce. But Blair goes back to what he was doing before Murray came in, trying to figure out how to look at paper stuff and help him forge documents saying that much of the artifacts in the Lloyd ring were given to them by the Lloyd family, but more accurately loaned to them, and therefore still belong. And with the move and stuff, they no longer feel and are asking for them back. Something to keep tying up in legal papers and stuff like. Especially if they can do that, they can help them make that some of the items disappear. Because I think the Sun Houses, particularly Takonas and Cormorant, are looking to heist some of the actual weapons, like the powerful weapons of the Shapers' War. Like, have some of them replaced with knockoffs as well as they free use. Right, and as as they make more plans, we leave the and catch back up with the last member of the schemers, or how back at the base of the Great Tower, where the royal retinue, the royal where the what's the term, convoys of from the royal activity just announced the presence not only announced the arrival of the king, but realized he's not actually with them right now. A lady who I originally thought was the queen pops her head out of one of the carriages, ordering to. She doesn't know where Gus is. We found out that Gus himself has never actually been to Dalmacia before. We learned some things about him, like how Gus was originally believed to be a royal bastard of the king and stuff, raised by like the stable hands or so, a family of the stable who run the stables and stuff, or I think it's more likely the kennels. When it was later he was actually a trueborn. he got a little bit interested on his side. There. Also, at some point, this I forget, like in the scene, you do learn that that is a common belief that that King Gus would have supported the Falkers Rebellion if maybe they'll have it in the wiki. Okay, well, we learn more. Okay, anyway, we have the first one, dog to, because he has, of course, has hound, the king's, his hounds, the reborn knights there. One of them is a smaller, almost fox-like hound, who was the one to announce, and then they have a greyhound walk up.
He says, "Good morrow to all of you, and deepest and sincerest regards from this, the retinue of King Augustus Valiant. I am sorry to address you so plainly in this manner. Have any of you seen a dashing and handsome king astride a white steed?" And you see that the fox-like dog from the carriage goes, "Cavalier, don't do that! Don't do that!" And runs over and says, "It's fine, thank you for your time, one and all, those of you fine citizens of Dolmakyar."
We're looking at the king right now? So that's what's going on right now?
He looks at you and says, "Looking at the king? No. If I was the king, I'd get my way from time to time around here. But no, I don't. Instead, I'm out here cleaning up the mess. Handless, I might add. So thank you very much for your time, sir."
Well, good sir, whoever you may be. Welcome to Dolmakyar. You are well met.
"I am Sir Martin. It's a pleasure, my friend." And you see that the greyhound looks up at you and smiles and says, "I am Sir Cavalier.
Oh,
it is a pleasure. And what might I call you, fine friend?"
"Oh, you can call me Hallandil Fang."
"Hallandil Fang." Well, and you see that Martin turns around and says, "Hallandil Fang. The performer, the playwright."
I humbly admit my place in the streets of this city, yes. You're actually coming, I don't know if your business here is fell or fair, but if you have some time in the city, we are on the verge of ushering in a new work in a little over a week here in the city, so if you are staying for a while, let me humbly invite you to the Hallowed Round.
"The Hallowed Round. Well, we're here on some pressing business, and I don't know that we'll..." See, Cavalier looks at you and says, "Your play, is it one of heroes and of good deeds, of true love, where good conquers evil and night is banished by the light of day?"
Oh boy.
It's a story of taking a stand.
You see that the Cavalier goes up on his hind legs with his paws up. "Splendid. I would love to see this play." You see Martin goes, "Yes, if we have time. It's opening tonight?"
We're about a week off.
Too
far off for you?
Yes. Well, that's not my call to make, His Majesty. If he wants to stay in the city and leave Timmins Rock unattended in the midst of strife for a week or several weeks, then that's fine.
I'll tell you what, I'll make you an offer.
Yeah, I put nothing back.
Make an offer out of pocket. I own the show, I own the place. I get to make the decisions. If you only have a night or two, swing by the Hallowed Round, ask for me by name, and we'll have some of the company give just a private performance.
You see, as he says that, he says, "I will be sure." The lady of the carriage, sort of older woman, walks over and says, "Sir Cavalier, Sir Martin, are you, to whom are you speaking?" You see that Cavalier says, "This is how..."
and this is and the lady here who we have. And they're here and has also heard and has heard of him winning, earning a deed of title. As it goes, she stops and kind of for a second. She also doesn't realize now that she is talking to the brother of the late Thiazi Fang.
Year-old, I am the Duchess Lisabetta, the king's sister. And you see a young, sort of like 11-year-old boy comes over smiling and bows very astutely and says, "Hello, sir." And she says, "And this is the young Prince Rowan."
Oh, I bow. Yes.
You see that he returns it with a head nod, and she sort of pats him. And you see he looks and says, "Am I supposed to bow back? You said this was a free city, and we're not." And you see she looks and says, "We may always bow." And you see that she pats him on the head and nods hers as well. If I might ask a favor, my brother, the king...
he seems to
will certainly ask where.
Certainly ask where there might be good drink and also good talk. You get the news and stuff. Talk to others. Come meet with the common man. He will be almost certainly there. So Hal recommends recommends that he recommends the Seven Stars where they just had their meeting. They have meet their own last order with the rest of the schemers in the area of the Seven Stars. He also, and this does an extra knowledge, he also gives her a heroic inspiration wound.
Dogs so highly, but I just want to squash them.
What's this?
Wanders off, and you see the retinue makes their way into the Revolutionary Council.
Hal respects these dogs so highly, but I just want to squash them. Who's a good hand of the king? Who's a good hand of the king? You are.
Oh. Just put him on a dog, working his ass off. How after that? Where do you make your way to?
I did a bunch of errands, so I think I will just go. I know we want to check out these paints, and we're all going to compare notes, so I will try to get to the Hell Round first.
And so he heads for it. Have come there, he greeted with the rest of the company. He decides to send everyone, since he knows he's going to need to talk to the rest of the schemers. The schemers will probably meet him there. He needs everyone not involved in their planning to be gone. So he sends his daughter, who's there, Shadia, and the rest coming on a hour-long show. Recommends have fun, take 3 hours for this.
The city is yours, as always.
Onward! And she just does a full acrobatics, flip, spin, bam, lands, and takes off with her friends.
That's my kid.
Love a walk away lunch.
She takes off. You see Nevada says, Hal, you are such a darling to them. And I actually could use the time off. I don't know if you've heard about the Timony people, but I'll tell you what, these dogs are barking.
God.
And she says,
Let me tell you, get yourself to the 7 stars if you want to look at royalty.
what? My God, finally, my chance to marry up. She says, by the way, whoever you've released lunch to, she looks out and says, we've, no word from Misha this morning.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll send a runner to his house. When's the last time you saw him?
Well, the last time I saw him, well, he was here at rehearsal yesterday.
Okay. I will add it to the to-do list. Go have a pint. Have a pint for me.
A pint shall be had.
Who's Misha?
Yes, Tremendous Arcana. It's sort of the magical technique.
Oh, boy. This is looking bad.
There.
My magic user's going missing.
Yeah.
This is bad.
No.
I'll tell you later when you get here.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not.
Incredible. So, Azune, arriving at the Palazzo Davinos, you see that arcane marshals are present. You see that Horrendous Einfassen is on the scene. You and your team.
He's there.
He's there.
He was not expecting the Horizon to be there. He can see, he does a quick insight check. He gets he's sort of seeing the mildest traces of suspicion on his face with the Lord, and to making sure he's not making it seem like he's hiding anything. I'll still let the Lord Einfassen to observe their investigations. He deploys his detail to the different areas of the plaza. It reminds them not to just rely on their magical initiatives to investigate their more everyday methods should be also used. And it tells Hansen that he can watch, but he shouldn't touch and should keep his distance. Be less intrusive in the investigation. Especially, and to absolutely not use any magic, as that would be bigger risk for interfering. And then he activates his detect magic. But so far, nothing. As a matter of fact, he just realized, no, he can't detect anything. There is no residuals at all. This has been the home of a noble house in a world of magic, especially where most noble houses carry sorcerer's blood. And so different magic will receive in over time, a long wait. The fact that there is none, it's been scrubbed. However, he can't make out things like evidence of while the actual sense of magic is gone, there is still the physical effects of it. he could tell the stone walls have had like damage from magic and stuff, which has since been repaired using mending. Mending, like, it's only a cantrip, so like it can't. Like, it's not very good at producing new. It uses what matters there to resist. So if you create like a hole there, like there's a whole object to do, you create there, but you use the matter around it to fill it in. So the overall thing is thinner, less dense, and that can be detected. Which will help create more suspicion because it clearly shows cover up. He sees I have a knife, but I think it was just the knife hole on a table there before. and a knife hole. And tells him of his suspicion that there has been a cover-up using the evidence of the wall stuff. Also, there's the fact that there are spots of the stone, like the ground stuff, that are less dirty there, rather than like space, like like negative image of like symbols there. It's suggesting that stuff was there and was moved recently. But what was there could not be placed back there, like damaged. So, At this point, Azuna uses because he is I think he's got like 2 levels in sorcerer and only one. I think he's actually technically has more of a sorcerer paladin with only 1 level in paladin and 2 levels in sorcery. And uses a sun spell guidance, which he casts on himself. Which I'm not even sure you can cast guidance on yourself. I think they said that. He starts talking, and it's here that the Harondas tells him that he's currently interested about Azune. For one thing, why was he recommended by members of the actual certain members of the advisory council, or even some of the actual revolutionary council recommending him? I do like it when I can actually make good progression.
What the hell is that? Open the campaign forward. What the hell is that? Open the campaign forward.
I'm getting everybody the cheapest plastic dice I possibly can.
Numbers on mine.
Oh, freaking A.
No.
Is it the 15? What are you looking at?
Every
That?
table needs an
Call
extra
it 9.
reason.
Call it a 20. What is it?
13?
Is it? Oh, it
Because there's
is.
a 9 and there's a 6.
Oh.
That's
Oh.
I think it's a 13. It looks like a
Yeah,
B.
I think so.
Okay,
It does. It look. It's so. They're just so close together. It looks like a B.
That's weird. I think
Well,
it's a
then that's
13.
probably
It
13.
is a 13. It's a 13. Yes,
Ah,
as
here
a
we go.
comparator to the other die, the position is 13 plus
Or is it an ampersand?
You rolled a 10 on reading.
19.
Could be a
19, and then
treble
you added your
class.
guidance.
Oh yeah, my guidance. So 20.
Oh,
20.
boy.
Yes.
He looks at you and says,
He starts coming more clean, like stuff like, including telling him that he knew Azune was from the Falconers Rebellion, and Azune to cover by saying, altering his backstory for. That claims that he was forcibly taken by the Aussie Fang and the Falconers from his hometown to serve to serve in their forces. Which is going to cover that, but he needs. But he's going to need more. But it may not be enough for this Lord Einklassen because, according to him, what the freaking name of Herondas, Azuni has some powerful people vouching for him. And he doesn't know why these people are vouching for him. He once again says that I think it's here that he specifically the Aussie specifically took him from his home along with other children. He stole them from homes and threatened their families to do, but while then also claiming that next day the Aussie came back with more pigs and slaughtered the village. Anyway,
That's good.
Dice support the roleplay.
That's
Okay.
He looks to you. Natural 20. What the fuck, Louise?
I can't feel my feet. I don't know why. That's a good thing. Jesus.
He looks to you. The Aussie Fang was a villain. I am sorry for the torment that he put you through. I do not hold you accountable for what you did as a boy of 12 to survive. But know that this secret of yours that I hold gives me power over you. I will not say it in a sideways or sinister manner. You should fear me. He puts a hand on your shoulder and says,
Oi.
I trust that you have spoken the truth to me. Serve me well, and your life will be a fruitful one.
Oh.
I look forward to our collaboration, my lord.
Lieutenant Azuninaya, are you a member of the Candescent Creed?
No.
Very good.
Oh. They may not need as much convincing to set the houses against each other as we thought.
And he pats you on the shoulder and says, there are some who believe otherwise. I do not know why. But for our purposes, if you would choose to be a devout man, that would not be an unwelcome development for me. Do you understand?
Oh, I do. And I share that conviction, my lord.
Your detail is being expanded, your responsibilities augmented. In addition,
Okay, as long as I got this guy on. I got this guy well sorted. I can trust him with more stuff.
to patrolling the Pentemporal and the Argonaut, it has come to our...
Oh, great. Oh, great. Murray and Bolaire will love the extra present.
Our attention that many of the licenses signed by one Hallandil Fang at the Hallowed Round require the utmost...
all 3 of their stomping grounds.
Most inspection and
All 3 of their businesses.
adherence to the protection of the populace from dangerous arcane magic. I would like you to hold Hallandil Fang to the word of his agreements. With extreme prejudice, Lieutenant.
Understood.
That is all.
He started that with the Aussie was a villain and then said the most insane villainous shit.
Yeah, this is where he really shows himself to be an iPhone, and remember, they don't have a yellow or orange, like, once they go right to there, and they also means they're also very blunt, upfront, things, they don't have no patience for this, subtleties.
That's crazy.
Game recognized game.
That's crazy. Dude, you got too many lies going.
Oh.
It's over.
I can track all of them, don't worry.
Thankfully, while the extra police person will be there, if he's the one's in charge and now they think that he's actually on their side, it may actually be more beneficial. Belair then arrives and meets at the plaza. At this point, they're trying to figure out who to pull their little tricks on to get more of the to incriminate the Taconas. The detect magic has already dropped. Blair is planning to use a Phantasmal Force spell. Perfect.
I was going to use Phantasmal Force.
Cool.
I'm gonna use
Oh, great.
musical migraine.
Oh, great. Well, yeah, that's a new one. So they'll explain it. Unfortunately, I have a question mark at the end of this.
Oh, yeah?
I lost track of it.
What does musical migraine do?
The description is, you hear faint echoes of music in your mind. You can hum fragments to unlock its subharmonic power while targeting one creature you can see within range. The target makes a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, you take 3d6 thunder damage. You're incapacitated. But I was hoping I could maybe, skin that a little bit.
Sure.
To make it feel, whatever you do at the same time, to make it feel like Grotto is catching echoes of what happened, and I want to, basically implant the screams of the Divinos and the Royce families getting
Murder.
completely murdered and decimated in his head.
Give me a DC 50.
You agree things with heads like there. Azula uses Phantasmal Force to fake someone make it seem like someone has just triggered a secret glyph on the floor and stuff. Maybe even not a glyph, but it says to record the last moments of a dying man. Eventually, he's already by the way Bowler and Murray at this point have cloaks on stuff and are impersonating disguised as guardsmen. And then Bolaire realizes, wait, there's someone they know well who they can impersonate. Octus, they know he was here, and it could definitely use that to prove and it's not a 50. That's a 5 there, so they.
just a 25.
It's a 25!
I'm a librarian.
I love it. 25. So in that case, I'm going to say that you get the details right. First of all, Octus turns and says, "They're coming for me. Please remember, the thuds on the table. You see at Takona's hand. The damage in the table is the knife going through. It's just, you see, by the way, as you're looking, Bolaire, you realize your lie is the truth. This is the room that Octus was murdered in. The knife is the knife. The knife wound in the table is the knife wound. The desk that is missing is the one that Aranessa turned into a tree to escape, that they pulled with its roots out of the wall. And I think, Bolaire, in this moment, that all three of you realize, this lie we're doing is
just the truth.
All you can do is think of Demidus looking at you and saying, all truths start as an illusion. And, you use this lie to tell a truth that they used magic to destroy. Azune, was there something that you were going to do?
I think I can see that it's starting to take effect. I see what you're doing. I'm going to cast message into Grotto's mind. Yeah. And I'm just going to repeat over and over again, the priestly houses are coming for us, the priestly houses are coming for us, the priestly houses are coming for us.
Over and over and over again, you repeat that. Grotto stumbles out of the room. You guys vanish to the side. Give me perception checks, the two of you, Murray and Bolaire.
15.
Thank God.
15. 6. Okay, 15. You see Grotto stumbles out. You're invisible. You, I think, are off or in this sort of Grotto is bleeding. Grabs you and says, "If something happened, I don't know. I've got you. I've got you. Stay with me. There was a massacre here. What? They killed Octus Dagonis here in this."
Wait, stay with me.
As you begin to hold him up and cart him away, you look over, Murray. You look over as you have fabricated the truth of what happened. In a corner, these candelabras have all sunken away. Thinking of Demidus, the truth starts an illusion. You look over and see the last candle burns out as a blue flame goes out. Hush. And that's when we'll take our break.
All truth starts as an illusion. That's the title of the episode.
They gave me my title for them. I did say that they partially inspired called them the same name. As a matter of fact, I am shocked. Is this the week podcast? I am shocked they didn't actually go through with that. It's been Vanishing is that. I guess that makes sense considering what happened. All sorts of so much hate. Yeah, I will be looking into that game. Seriously, they only give you less than 10 minutes for break now. And then they tell Grotto after they go back with the Grotto, the guard who they gave the vision to retell what the others, and other guards hear the service and hear the report. Some start recording the words. Both Revolutionary Guardsmen and some of the House of Guards who were been augmenting them with the layoffs they've had. So of course what he's saying is claims of this region, of course, will reach the other houses now. I just thought of that. Yeah, there are people who report directly to houses there who now directly hear someone say they had a vision of the Dakonas killing Octus. Since he didn't see any casters, he can act, and it was so horrible. He thinks it was unintentional, like a curse that Octus somehow made in his last moments. Is this something that no one's really focusing on Azune slips out like half the glyph and presents it as says something found, as well as a previously attained picture drawing of the Stone of Night Song. There, it's saying he found it here, and so they're now being logged in. So they'll be logged in as evidence. Like any extra details to make that will get actual evidence to add to it. Murray describes what she saw the candle did to Belair. Shares her, it keeps sharing a bunch of her theories, but it's like arcane watching could be just like a last like decorative thing, like something was just pictures there. But the real big theory is hope they not be watched, because if depending on how good the perception is, it may see them actually. If it's what, then it could be that someone may have saw them actually give this forge this vision for this person, in which case it'll be all the evidence need to prove that it's a setup, and to really go after the schemers. Things to note, though, it's like Flame seems to be more whimsical. That could indicate that it was more of a whimsical is more associated with Fae, of course, than undead. Like you're like a flitting fairy. Could be easier with more of a flitting fairy than a shambling zombie. But then he remembers that, realized that one of them, I think it was, something that Brennan describes them remembering. The color of flame was blue. Same color that, that Denicus Blix was famous for changing the color of his candle's flames to during his performances. Could he be involved? Shifting scenes back to the Hollow Round, there has been still no sign of Misha, and Hal is getting more worried. The others, the rest of the gamers, after finishing their business up at the plaza and planning on that evidence, return, and they start their debriefing.
There's also a king in town. And I peel my sleeve all the way up to the shoulder, and I just dunk my hand into one of the pots of green paint and feel around inside. Is there anything in there?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. We'll go with that one. That is not great. That is a 14.
You reach around 1 of 14 investigation, just goopy paint. You look at Shadia's mural work, by the way, is beautiful. Right, sort of front and center in one of the murals you see, she has one of the murals done up with Volkian Mirzat, with the historical figure that the play is based on, who you can see looks sort of cutting a heroic, tragic figure gazing up at the stage at like the head of a doomed revolution. You're going to the shade of green, it sort of matches to the green of his skin as he sort of strides at the head of this phalanx of orcish rebels, and you scoop around in the green, and it feel goopy green paint, nothing in there.
All right. I drag my arm out, which is dripping green. It's not too different than my own, and I just whack my arm out to the side, and it spatters the grass on the ground. Well, shit.
Well, I wouldn't have thought to do that, at the very least.
What is it, the Aussie?
Well, wait a second.
I take my mage hand and, like, lift the...
Yeah, she could, but it's too heavy, so, it's too, being a cantrip, again, like, limited power, so it can only hold just a little bit of weight. She, on the other hand, has no problem lifting the, the container of paint. They make sure to use it. I'm just gonna call the pot. And Fova. On the bottom, you can see that this too was also made by the hand. They find another hand and wheel emblem. That indicated that. Okay. Azune. So yes, maybe this is for. With the magic, it may be for painting glyphs. Small problem with that, though. The magic in the magic thing doesn't actually prove that they're components. Pretty much all their components aren't magical in and of themselves. So it proves nothing. Paint is seems to emulate the same magic as a cane chip. Actually, it's almost even such as the same signature as it has a signature that's almost less than cantrip. The only property it seems to have is that when you paint with it automatically becomes more uniformed. No glumping off, no thinning out in areas, like very okay.
Another Arcana. Are you talking to me about this as we go?
Sure.
Yeah,
Talking about it all out loud.
Hold on. Do you have this at advantage?
Yeah.
Because you're helping? Okay. Right.
Why? What were we going to do?
I was
You going to give
gonna
me a
give you
little
advantage.
inspiration?
I want to contribute as well, as we're sort of putting our heads together and you're looking at some painting. If I can see this coming, I'd like to cast guidance.
Perfect.
My first time casting guidance on another person, I put my hand, as I see you focusing, I put my hand on her shoulder, and you feel almost like a Rolodex of memories moving through your mind.
So I have advantage and guidance.
And another hand on your other shoulder, and you just hear a glow reverberating. Please. Bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Advantage from Bolaire, guidance from Azune, inspiration from Hal.
What's your inspiration D6 right now?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Do I have to use it on this one, or can I just?
Bardic
And I can
inspiration,
use it.
6.
I can use it afterwards, right? If I choose.
When you fail, the creature can roll the Bardic Inspiration die. So start with the Bardic
The
Inspiration.
the DC here is 25.
Okay.
Plus 8 to my Arcana.
Plus a D4 to your Arcana.
So D4. Let's do like what you did earlier. Let's start with the D4.
Yes.
Hang on. Here's the other thing. Hang on. Wait. 13 plus 8 is going to be 20.
The Bardic is for failed rolls. So start with the Bardic if you fail to get it above
If
the
I
failed
fail.
roll, and then build.
Yeah. Or you'll roll with advantage. The guidance is for free.
Yes.
Guidance is for free.
And then
You might not need the Bardic at all.
Yeah.
I might. I'm also my portent, but then I would have to. There's still a chance I would biff it on my portent, so I'm gonna roll.
You get it.
Okay. So that's gonna be a 12 plus 8
20.
Plus a D4.
plus a D4. So I'm
Fail, though,
gonna
if it
use.
misses 25.
It misses 25, it's fail.
It'll miss 25 and
Right.
regardless.
So
So I should
before guidance, do Bardic
Do Bardic?
Inspiration.
4. So there's no way. There's no way I can fail. 26.
26!
Plus 4 plus 2 on my bardic inspiration. my guidance.
It's like four of us at a gallery going. Really, the color captures it.
You're just
I like it. I don't know what it means.
A Pentevral trained wizard, a master of antiquities, an arcane marshal, and the proprietor of this place of magical art.
How many mages does it take?
How many majors does it take? How many humanities majors does it take? You gaze at the mural. This little illusion.
Is there gonna be some sort of secret message in this shit?
The paint may be the field, the energy it's giving off, or maybe the paint itself. They realize the weak signal. It's actually masking something, a greater signature of a greater magic. Further, it's far greater, but they can't really grasp how strong it is. They can't grasp it is interesting because they said what would be considered two different schools of magic: conjuration and necromancy, which none of the actual players are happy learning. I imagine their characters are too, because those two you together do not end well. Especially since it's the two, it's more as if it's one signature, which is right at the right in the area, like the square between conjuration and necromancy, in between there, leaning slightly more toward conjuration. They wonder what the hell this is about. Would the Aussie want something like this, like with those magics? Is the paint meant for a summoning circle? Or perhaps even making a doorway?
I want to know.
Oh, great.
Talk to her. Help her.
Help me with what?
I don't know.
Hang on. The dungeon master was about to say something important. And I want to know.
Go ahead.
Actually, anyone who wants to give me an investigation check, also right now in this moment.
Investigation.
Okay, investigation. Anybody?
They started to notice something. The emblem of the Hand and Weave company. They have two different logos. One's for the more mundane things, like actual pottery, just standard pottery stuff. These, they have the other emblem, the ones that dealing more with their magical products. Hal starts touches the paint, tries to see if he can get anything of it. Azumi suggests perhaps the paint might be able to have some response to intention. But any of the theorizing stuff is suddenly cut short as the dance instructor. What the frick is? Good. They have the name, but even the wiki that Drungartash. That's it. The dance master runs into the amphitheater, rushing in. The news is grave. They're magical to the Dramatis Arcana of their company has been arrested by the arcane marshals. They couldn't get any information. Not from them. No one's answering. One person who was asking by the marshal was punched them. A gauntlet punch, by the way. There. Any questions? Mary decides to try to use her occupancy to try to gain more insight.
Good or ill. I'm happy to about the results of a course of action.
Yeah.
You spell who this?
You spell who this.
Okay.
Technically, augury is you receive an omen about the results of a course of action that you plan to take. You propose what you are planning on doing, and it tells you whether this will be good or ill. I'm happy to stretch that a little bit if it makes sense for Murray to be able to do so.
I think like a lot of the question is going back to the three things that the Aussie said at the end, which is like paints, Murray, Thimble. And
Paints for yeah, those are the three things. She needs to focus on one. She needs to know if they're on the right path and stuff. Focus. And Mary and them have a pretty good relationship, but what specifically does she also thinks she needed help on, and so she focuses on help Murray aspect of it, his last words. And what he wanted to do, if they get through the spell, he gets sense that whatever he like described like firing an arrow, he would never get to see land. He starts something in motion and wants it, and even though it wants it to continue what he started. They get a almost sense that something greater is happening. A very almost sense that great strife is further ahead, which honestly at this point they may have been able to deduct already in the future. And this strife is unavoidable. It cannot be just ignored or hidden away. It must be faced to get past it. Faced head on, with the effects of augmency ended up. Hal asked to send word to the rest of the cast to that their lunch break is now been just break for the day, like calling a day, like all everyone is to go home and stay safe. Azune who is also an arcane marshal and a lieutenant Nolessa can get access there. They often there's like a advocates like all out in
mostly. And I grip Bolaire's hand, and here in this ancient place, steeped in history, I set aside stagecraft and speak old language, Rongjani words that pull at the strings of power. And I pass the pulse and cast Aid, and my heart passes through each of you three, and you feel yourself fortified, and all of you get 5 temporary hit points.
Actual hit points.
And actual hit points. So you're 5 higher.
5 higher, your max hit points increase by 5.
Yes, for 8 hours. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know if we're doing a show. I don't know if we're going to see tomorrow. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's go get our boys.
Let's go.
Hell yes. You guys take off, and I presume head all together to the Brethren Hall.
Yes.
Arriving there, entering this place, you walk in, it's a little bit of a ghost town, but you walk in, see some Einfasen sort of standing around. You walk with enough authority that, and also you guys have enough status as well that you're not being questioned here. Like the Pentevral or the Arcanaud coming to speak to the Arcane Marshals is not untoward at all. No one would think to question this. This is not. And again, like the fact that you've just been assigned to the Hallowed Round to...
I have the paperwork to prove it.
Yes, like you act...
Yeah, apparently he talks with the arresting lieutenant. I think Shedmad the second Shedmad I will just be referring to this guy as the douche. Willis. You'll understand why. Apparently, he was arrested on charges of arcane conspiracy in the theft in a plot to theft be involved in a plot to steal magic items from the Oberus Manor, the home of the Conus family, and that he, along with Dedimus Blix, they haven't been able to locate Blix yet. So, okay. The douche, as I'm calling him, convinced of this guy's guilt. They asked to be able to see Misa. Hicks. Upon meeting Misha, who's a little frazzled there, he's got like a fat Chico lip, so they like from impact. But I think though he says that may have been more from them accidentally hitting. I think he said it was from hitting his head against the thing as they let him out. I'm not like an actual physical like abuse while trying to torture him for information. He does admit he knows Blix, but as he used to get penny tickets for some of Hal's plays, and also will give him advice. He hasn't really met him. The only time he's met him since he stopped was yesterday. No, he's. I mean, sorry, it wasn't since he started busting, or what were the term was. But he did meet with him yesterday.
Things like performed in the Ogremok Marketplace, and I helped him out with some showmanship and ways to think about illusion to make them a little more, I don't know, put a little more pep in your step. Things like how to hit a joke with illusion magic, things like that.
We all thank you for that.
All right, I appreciate it. Well, he's a talented kid.
His sense of humor's always been a bit dry.
I liked it.
He came to me top of the day yesterday, panicked and thrilled. He'd been in a hard way since they outlawed performance in the marketplace, and he said that a listing had come in through the university's job board that he told me that one of the Sundered houses had reached out to hire a big job. And he asked me if I knew anything about fairy music. Okay. And if I knew anything about,
shit.
They just realized.
He got hired as like the cocktail performance at this party. Is that what we're hearing? Sorry.
As the goodbye party.
Yeah, this is a pub table. This is a pub table. Sorry, I'm doing that thing that I do sometimes.
You're all there.
Nope, and yeah, you're probably absolutely right.
This is, he's a really sharp kid. He just was saying, he's like, he can make anything, but he can't make an illusion of a song that he doesn't know the chord progression to, right? He can't make the illusion of a piece of poetry unless he knows the style of poetry. Basic stagecraft. He came and talked to me about Sylvan, about Telmoran stringed instruments. He came and talked to me about...
more about... magic's the song music you may hear with fairies or even just house orcs in general. They realized he was hard thing, and he must have seen something at the party that would implicate. He is a witness. That's why they're really after him. They now say they now need to get Misha out of there because he's afraid and he hasn't done anything. He wasn't even really involved in the crime in the performance at all, besides getting advice. And they exit the cell, and they talk of Blix's flame like it was one of their Now they got also they start talking about what the Draconis will probably be saying, like what their cover stories will be, how they'll spin it.
One of the things you remembered at your side, feeling the feeling of having served in the Falconers Rebellion. That's the difference. Is that, like, you both fought the Falconers Rebellion against Sundered houses. One of the things you remember fighting, you didn't fight in the Rebellion, but you fought in the War of Axe and Vianhell, is that sorceress houses get their magic from a source. They get it from a connection to a potent magical font or a direct divine, celestial, demonic, whatever ancestor or something potent and powerful in the world. That gives effortless magic, but it doesn't give versatility. The Draconis wield the magic of death. The Royce wield the magic of fairy. The Royce, I've always had very powerful illusion and enchantment spells. And I think you both remember on that 17 and 19. Sorcerers do not choose actively their spells. They access them, they increase their spellcasting potential. The Draconis, historically, and in the terms of the arcane, have no access to the school of illusion.
Which means they needed
someone. So they needed someone that did. Okay.
Yeah. Effortless magic is good, as long as you it's a situation where the needed spells in your niche.
Oh boy.
There was no... does that mean they roped him in?
I think they roped him in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might have been roped in into the cover-up, and discovered, or the cover, or at least discovered it. Howell manages to bribe the lieutenant into giving a sizable bribe to the lieutenant to release Misha into their custody, and as on grounds that he would take him back to his house as a house arrest there and allow him to be available for them. Azuna also managed being just a lieutenant and having someone linked, having a case somewhat linked to this, was able to easily get the report before they leave. It reminds them that at this point, Hal's house, if it wasn't before, it was being watched before, it'd certainly be watched now.
You're in the city, but you know one thing. Demetus Blix knows something of what happened to the Palazzo Divinos, and he has not yet been found. That's all for this episode of Critical Role.
Oh boy, what have you gotten yourself into, Demetus?
We've got to find that busker.
Ooh, did I do that?
Killer work, gang. Holy smokes. Thank you so much for everyone watching at home. And as always, is it Thursday yet?
See you on the cooldown.
And that we come to the final. Right before we come to the final bits of the evening, I once again am asking for what to name my. I think it's Vulpine. At this, we can safely say Vulpine at this point. Dice Tower, which which my sister got before my birthday. And after that, since you're doing of a lot of things of putting on my performances, but also being sneaky about it, and with that thing about and now including that little joke about her miming out Primus, we got the D&D ONE, or as the official call it, 5.5 edition Collage of Mimes Bard. It is said that silence is key. You don't have to be the loudest to raise spirits. After all, actions speak louder than words. You get 2 level 3 abilities. First up is Abstract Skill. You choose 1 Charisma-based skill, and you have advantage while making that skill check. You also choose 1 Strength, Dexterity, Intelligence, and Wisdom. You get 1 of each skill, and you add your charisma modifier to these skills. How's that? Who knows? It's an abstract. Your other level 3 ability is Silence Speaks Volumes. Getting all those different advantages. That's why you don't have your own result. Anyway, you can choose to substitute any verbal component of a spell with semantic components, even if the spell already has semantic components. If the spell requires you to hear, the spell requires the target to hear you. Well, if you are using this feature, they now have to see you instead. You can also gesture and sign to convey your bardic inspirations. You can't give inspiration this way to a creature that can't see, of course, obviously. Then you move to level 6. There's nothing there. When you cast a concentration spell that does not have any does not have the teleportation tag, you can use your bonus action to turn whatever the spell conjured invisible. And this is like concentrationless invisibility, whatever it is, something like that stuff. Or like when you create a box to protect you, even though they can't see it. That is, and finally, at level 14, you get irresistible performance. The DC, my spelling. The DC to resist the effects of your enchantment spells and to see through your illusions increases by half the level the spell was cast at. Round it up. With that, I thank you for joining me. This is Free Mentula at just over 2 hours. Still need to cut down more, but I'm getting a lot better. I wish thee good fortune in the quest of life.